And there are heavy hearts all around the world after the Sri Lanka massacre, including here in Northeast Ohio. Channel 3's Ray Strickland spoke with a local immigrant, and Ray, he holds the island nation close to his heart.
Yes, he does, Lena. The man I spoke to moved from Sri Lanka to Youngstown in 1986, but he does go back there often because the rest of his family is still there. He says luckily they weren't injured in these attacks, but he knew people who were. He says, like everyone, he is in disbelief.
It's a sad time and everyone is in a shock.
Vic Perera says he was at a Twinsburg church at Easter Mass when he found out his home country of Sri Lanka was attacked.
We don't know what happened.
Perera grew up in Wattala, about 6 miles outside of Sri Lanka's capital city, Colombo. It's one of 3 cities devastated by a series of bombings at Sri Lankan churches and hotels that killed more than 200 people.
This is probably the first time I heard about, a church being attacked.
One of the deadly bombs blasted St. Anthony's Shrine in Colombo, a historic Catholic church. But he says this was a church that welcomed all religions. Perera and his family have attended Mass there countless times, and it was a church he visited this past Christmas.
Anytime I visit Sri Lanka, I always go there. It's one of the big places. I was really surprised to ask that this church had been attacked.
Officials are describing the attacks as an act of terror. Perera says he is praying for the people in his home country. He hopes Sri Lanka and the world can come together after this Easter tragedy.
Work together, try to pray together, and try to come to like a common ground, and understand the people are different. Everyone has different faiths and religions, but still try to come together, do things good for the country.
Perera says Sri Lanka endured a 2-decade-long civil war. It ended 10 years ago. He says the country was able to overcome that and find peace. And he says, Lena, it's no doubt it will be able to pull together and overcome this as well.
Right. We live in a global society. Our hearts go out to him and his family as well. Thanks so much, Ray.